everyone. For today's video, we are going to cover a poem from class 11 syllabus. The name of the poem is The Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes. Now, before we start with the poem, let us know a little about the writer, Ted Hughes. His full name was Edward James Hughes. He was born on 17th August 1930 in England and died on 28th October 1998 in London. He was an English poet, translator and children's writer. Now the poem The Laburnum Top is about a repaying relationship between the laburnum tree and a bird goldfinch. The goldfinch bird is a yellow bird. It has its shelter on the tree in one of the dense branches where she feeds her young ones. Before the arrival of the mother bird, the tree was absolutely silent. But as soon as the bird leaves the tree to fly high in the sky towards infinity, the tree becomes silent again. But I tell you, there is a very strong message in this poem. Through this poem, the poet is trying to say that life is a process of exchange and transformation. People are alive because they undergo exchange of energy. The goldfinches, they transform. Goldfinches means the mother goldfinch along with her babies. They transform the tree and make it alive. Right? Now, without the mother goldfinch and the chicks, the laburnum tree is just like any other tree. Right? Here the laburnum tree symbolizes the dull and inanimate pattern of life. It expresses the attitude of a person towards life that makes life meaningful and worth living. That means our actions, our energy make us alive and keep us alive. The poem is a free verse. That means there is no rhyming scheme as such in the poem. Now, it is a very common tree, the laburnum tree. We all know about it. And for those who are not knowing, let me tell you, in Hindi it is known as amaltas. Right? Now, if you open the book and go through the poem, there are certain, there are certain words which we need to understand. Right? Now, let me go through the poem itself. The laburnum top is silent. Here the word top, it stands for the highest branches. Quiet still means it is having no movement. It is still, it is without movement. In the afternoon yellow September sunlight, we can see that it is the month of September, right? And it is the time when the tree sheds its leaves. It is autumn time, right? And here a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. Now here in the first stanza, the poet describes beautiful sunny autumn. The laburnum tree is silent and still. It is laden with yellow leaves and flowers in the month of September. The leaves have turned yellow and all its seeds have fallen. Now this is the situation of the tree before the arrival of the mother goldfinch. And we can see that the flowers, the leaves, the seeds, they are all yellow. We can say that it is autumn beauty. I go with the second stanza. Till the goldfinch comes. Now here the mother goldfinch arrives in the tree with a twitching chirrup. Now here twitching is a small movement of the body, right? And here chirrup is the sound of the bird, the bird's chirp. A suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. A suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Suddenness, startlement stands for amazement at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard. What is the meaning of sleek? Sleek means very smoothly. Means she's not making any kind of sound. She's very quietly, very sleekly, she's entering into the tree. And alert and abrupt. But she is very cautious about how she is moving. Nobody should see her getting inside. She enters the thickness. Now when she reaches her kids, a machine starts up. Now here the word machine is really very important. As I told you that the mother bird approaches the highest branches of the tree with a twitching chirp, with short chirping sounds. The bird is quite precautious while sitting at the branch end of the tree. Perhaps maybe it is looking out for any danger that might be there, so that her babies, they are safe even when she is not in the tree. It then enters the density of the branch. It then enters the density of the branch in a very smooth manner. Here the poet has compared the alert, abrupt and sleek movement of goldfinch with that of a strong comparison is done with that of a lizard. Right, now as soon as she enters the tree, that means she reaches the nest, a machine starts up. And what is this machine? Here the babies, they are extremely happy that their mother is there with food, right? So they are extremely happy. And here we can say that the machine starts up. The chitterings and the tremor of wings and trillings, that is the young ones, have started making noise. Right? Now by feeding her, what is her work? She comes here, she feeds her babies to the fullest. Right? Now if I go with the lines, the whole tree trembles and trills. It is the engine of her family. She stokes it full. Now here what is the meaning of the word stokes? See, whenever we are home and our mother is preparing chapatis or rotis for us, she wants that we should have, complete satisfaction with the food. वो कहते रहते हैं थोड़ा और खा लो, थोड़ा और खा लो, like this. She will keep you feeding more and more. It is her satisfaction that she is getting. Right? She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end. Now when our work is done, when the mother is also satisfied that yes, my babies are now fine and I can leave them. Right? They are properly fed and I can leave them now. Then flirts out to a branch end. Flirts out means she abruptly moves to the branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. This is very, very important. Barred face identity mask. Now what is this? Now after eating food, the babies, they are highly energetic and they are making noise, which is the word here, machine starts up. This way the chicks are satisfied and happy. Now when we say that the machine starts up, here I want to say that her mother's duty is over here. Right? The mother bird, she reaches the branch end. Here her face, actually she is hiding behind the branches. The bird itself is yellow in color and the leaves have become yellow. Right? So it is like a bar on her face. She's hiding her identity. She's very cautious about coming inside, and now when she's going out, she's very cautious. She's concerned about the safety of her children. Right? So her barred face is acting like a mask. Right? Where she is hiding her identity by being behind the yellow leaves and branches of the tree. She makes, I go again with the poem, then with airy delicate whistle chirrup whisperings. Here airy means it is strange, very strangely. She is making whistle like chirping. Right? She is not properly chirping, she is making a whistle like chirping. She launches away, she flies away towards the infinite sky. She flies away towards the infinite, means she is moving towards the sky. And the laburnum, it again comes back to its original position. That means the laburnum subsides to empty. It returns to the stillness. Now the laburnum tree returns to empty, that means it becomes silent. Here a bit of I want to tell you is that the goldfinch, it is a wild canary, a small yellow bird with black markings on face, wings and tail. Right? Now, and this word stokes, the goldfinch feeds its family. It provides complete nutrition so that the machine, that means the family, the kids should become energetic. Now, every thing need to be garnished, need to be made beautiful. So, in this poem, there are some literary devices which add to its beauty. Definitely the poem is very nice, and some of the poetic devices that I would like to explain here is, first there is a situation when direct comparison is done. So here the literary device is simile, where we are saying that sleek as a lizard. Now how can we identify a simile here is by the words such as as and like. These are the words which help us to identify it easily. Then the next is metaphor. When I say that her barred face identity mask, as if it is like that, means somewhere is indirect comparison is made. Engine of her family means the energy of her family. It is like the engine starts us. When we say an indirect comparison, it goes with metaphor. So here the literary device is metaphor. And the examples are, it is the engine of her family, her barred face identity mask. Next is when a particular sound is repeated, especially the consonant sound. When the consonant sound is repeated, it is known as alliteration. Right? I go with the word here. It is alliteration, alliteration. It is alliteration. Right? So, repetition of sound here, it is September sunlight. S sound is repeated. Then there is a statement, the whole tree trembles and thrills. When we say a tree is definitely is given like it is having human action making. Right? So whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the tree is personified here, as if the tree is having life and it is moving, right, on its own. Okay, then there are many sounds here like twitching, chirrup, chitterings, trillings, whistle, chirrup. All these words, they are expressing sound, right? So it is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. Right? Here the literary device is onomatopoeia. Now if I go with one more one, it is transferred epithet. Now what is transferred epithet? Here see, there is a statement, her barred face identity mask. The flowers on the laburnum tree fall, the image or the shadow of these tree leaves and branches, it is falling on the face of the bird as if she is behind the bars, right? Or as if there are bars on her face. And when the bird sits behind the flowers, the shadow of the flowers on her face looks like she is wearing a kind of mask that has bars on it. So the adjective for the flowers has been transferred and applied to the bird. I repeat, adjective for the flowers has been transferred and applied to the bird. Her barred face, her face is not barred. It is the shadow of the shadow created by the flowers, right, that falls on her face and make her face looks like as if she is wearing a mask, right? So this kind of exchange, it is the transferred epithet.